Excuse me? Excuse me. Excuse me? Excuse me. And mostly I've just been sitting out here enjoying the sunshine, getting some fresh air. Because we're supposed to be having snow flurries on Friday. I don't know, dude. Part of the normal health plan, part of my health care. Ironic. Hi, I feel like all the dopamine check-ins are starting to start out this way. But, c'est la vie. I just finished a workout, so excuse me if I'm a little bit breathless, a little bit flushed for wear. I'm having my post-workout snack, which is, say it with me, yogurt and strawberry and bananas, and unfortunately it has more strawberries than bananas, but so goes my life. I am gonna hate editing that. Ew. Sorry. That's what the post-workout zoomies do to me, though. My zoomies have been high levels today. Very high levels. And I think it's because I spent most of the morning editing my video. I think I get like that whenever I, like, get into my hyperfixation of, like, on finishing a video. Because there are points where, like, I get so close to finishing editing something and I want it to upload, especially, like, if I want to upload it that day. I just go into hyperfocus and I don't do anything else except that as long as I possibly can, unless I'm interrupted or, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then, because, like, I've been mentally active but not really physically active, like, I've been in the same spot, after that's done, I don't know if it's like a rush of endorphins and dopamine being like, yes, I finished this and I'm so happy it's done, plus like being bottled up from not moving, but I get super hyper physically. Like, I have to stim so much, and thank God, like, I have my own house now. Not that I couldn't do it at my parents' house, but it's so much more freeing to be able to do it in my house. Like, I just, like, clap really loudly, and I'm able to scream and, like, play music as loud as I want, and, you know, like, run around. It's very freeing, and I did that today. I was annoying as I possibly could be without actually being annoying, because it's just me. I did a good workout. It's actually a good workout. I don't know if anyone else has this problem. It's probably a very common problem. There are just some days where there's a certain exercise that I'll do that is usually challenging, as it should be for a workout, but there are some days where it feels like I've never done that exercise before in my life, like it's extremely hard or like more difficult than it usually is, and it used to really stress me out and give me anxiety, but now I've just gotten to the point where I'm like, no, it's just a bad day. It's just a bad day for this. Just get through and do it, and then we'll try it again, you know, next time. It's just a bad day. Wow. How mature and, you know, open-minded and really rational of you, Chey. Now, if only you could apply that mindset to, I don't know, the rest of your life. Sus. Real sus. So, I don't think the hyperfixation has fully, totally gone away, because what's my word count for these 3 minutes of audio? I'm gonna make editing Chey count it. She's gonna hate me for this. That's okay, though, because I will come back and have a talk with you after I cool down and have my yogurt, because I really want to have my yogurt. I have things to say. I have actual dopamine check-in to do with some thoughts rather than just a little catch-up. But I wanted to do a little catch-up because I'm feeling good. Feeling funky, fresh. Not funky as in gross. Funky as in booyah. Booyah. Booyah! Booyah!
ADHD activated.
Did you ever play that Teen Titans Game Boy game? That was the sound effect that's playing in my head, was Cyborg going, booyah! Booyah!
Booyah! Booyah!
Anyway, I'm having my yogurt. God, how is anyone ever gonna love me romantically? I was telling Jan's Discord, I was telling the layer earlier, I was like, sometimes I really just be that person where I go to my window, I see a bird, I'm like, yo, is that a motherfucking bird at my house? And I'm like, how is anyone gonna love me? I'm gonna be alone forever. At least I have good company. Talking about there's several of me going on at once. I pulled out my George Ezra Staying at Tomorrow shirt because I found it when I was doing my band t-shirt video, which is a video that was very fun to do, and it's recent and it's out on its channel. Link up above. Shameless self-promo moments. I don't know how far in the future this video is going to be, but anyway, yes, I found it. It's very comfy. I love this shirt. I love George Ezra. I love George Ezra. I don't know how that's going to sound in audio. It sounded like I butchered his name, but I love George Ezra. He's amazing. If you don't know George Ezra, that's another artist you should check out. Maybe I should do a video on George Ezra. I feel like enough people don't know about George. Chey, can you get back on the 5th track of the 15 you just opened? Guess what I'm doing. I'll give you 2 guesses what I'm doing. 2 guesses. 1, probably wrong. That's why I'm giving you 2. I'm being generous. I'm feeling generous today. I almost said facetious, and that is not correct. I'm feeling generous. See, I even gave myself a second try. All about that generosity in this household. Did you guess? Okay, if you guessed watching Mark, Bob, and Wade, you guessed correctly. Yes, that is what I'm doing. That is perpetually what I'm always doing, unless I am listening to music or, generally being a menace to society. I'm watching Lethal Company. I'm trying to catch up. I'm so behind on the Lethal Company videos. I'm only on part 8 right now. But we love the company. So I'm gonna get back to watching the company. I'm gonna have my yogurt, and then we'll have a little talkie catch up. Let's relabel that. Let's redo that. I'm gonna finish watching the company, have my yogurt, and then we're gonna come back for a little talk. This under the chin angle's not flattering, girl, but wiggle, yeah. Whatever happened to LMFAO? Chey, stop. Chey.
By the way, it works the same as the other teleport. You lose
Okay, cool.
The lightning!
Yeah.
Get in!
I'm in!
Oh my god, not the original SCP. This is giving me classic Mark flashbacks. Oh, this gives me joy. How's it going, bro? I'm not even gonna try that. I am all cozied up. It is past dinner time, and I have waited to update, waited to talk to you a little bit longer than I probably should have, but I finished watching my video, had my yogurt, had a really nice time, and I don't know if you can tell, my energy has decreased exponentially, and that may be because it's getting later, and I've had 2 pretty late nights the past 2 days, so I probably need to try to at least get in bed at a decent hour, a somewhat normal hour tonight, and try and get as much decent sleep as I possibly can. I tried to wake up really early this morning because I really wanted to get that video done and edited and uploaded, and I did, which is awesome, and I'm so proud of myself, and I'm really happy it's done. I'm really excited for it, and we'll get to that in a minute. But I think the mental overdrive is finally taking its toll, and I'm just kind of like stares off into the void. I don't know if it's because of that. I don't think it is. But I've been having like this underlying feeling of kind of burnout, and I don't know where it's coming from. Usually I can tell at least, and I know sometimes like it's just like, oh, we have bad days or, bad weeks, and sometimes there is no explanation. Sometimes we feel crappy, Especially when you have a spicy brain like me. Especially when you have a creative spicy brain, or you have a spicy brain that has a lot of creative outlets that you're just constantly doodling away at. It's not all doodling, but that you're constantly working at in various different ways. That's using your brain power in various ways. That is using your mental energy. I don't think even I realize the overall toll that it eventually takes. Because even things you enjoy, you need to take a break from. And people are like, oh, no, you don't. Yes, you do. Yes, you freaking do. Especially if you're spicy brain, most likely. Again, disclaimer that I can't speak for everybody's experience, only my personal experience, but that is my personal experience for me, is that even if it's something I love, eventually I need to take a break. Except for music. There was that one time that I went for a week without listening to any music because I was just so hyper-focused on doing a bunch of YouTube videos and stuff like that. I felt incomplete. I told someone that I hadn't listened to, like, a song, like, legitimately, I hadn't listened to music in a week, and everyone I told that was like, are you dying? Are you okay? And no, I wasn't. But back to the point, I've been feeling this burnout, and it's the best that I can equate it to burnout, where it's just kind of like, and usually I can tell it sort of what's the cause of it, because sometimes there is none, sometimes it's just feeling crappy, but this feels like it has a cause, and I don't know where it's coming from. Because sometimes it's like, okay, I've been working a lot on YouTube, or like I've been working a lot at my job as like an audio engineer, or, I have a lot of emotional stuff going on, or like, family or the friend kind of stuff. I can pinpoint a general source. Honestly, this just kind of feels existential. This just kind of feels existential. I still can't say it. We're just gonna move right past that. Because in a way, I do just feel kind of crappy, and like I said, my lack of sleep is probably not helping with that, and just my mental fortitude for today is probably just worn down from all the energy I expended. So if I can remember, and if I feel like it, I'll do a recheck-in in the morning, but I wanted to talk right now as like a point in time at this moment of how I'm feeling. Because I'm feeling a lot of things. I think I'm pretty mentally drained for this month, because this month is going to be a very, very busy month for me. Very busy month. I'm really proud of myself for all the stuff that I've already put out, but right now I'm kind of like at this point where I think I'm in existential waiting mode, because I know I have so much stuff coming up this month that my brain is like, we haven't filmed anything else. I have stuff that I'm working on that I could just pound away at and put out the rest of the month, which I probably will end up doing because a lot of those videos are already late. But I want to have other stuff that when that stuff is done, ideally would be being filmed right now, then when that stuff comes out, then this stuff will come out after it. But my brain is just like, I don't know, like I am just so dry in a way, and I think it's partially because of all the stuff I have coming up. I feel like I don't know which way to go. I have different ways I want to go, but I'm also like, I have so much stuff going on, I don't know what I can realistically do. Because I have learned about myself that it is extremely difficult for me to film things in pieces. The more of something that I can film in one go, the better off that I am. I need to batch film or one-time film. And yet, I plan on doing a bunch of videos where it's gonna take me filming in segments and pieces. So maybe, you know, with practice, I'll get better. But these kind of help with that, because it keeps me accountable to make sure that I don't just have B-roll of me watching YouTube or something like that. That I actually have little talky bits and doing things. My camera keeps slipping down my knee. You're propped up on my knee because I'm curled up in my chair. In a comfy hoodie. Comfy hoodie. Comfy hoodie. I'm gonna get copyright struck for Secret Tunnel. So yeah, I have all this stuff that I want to do, really fun stuff. But then on the other hand, I want to make art. Which you could always say, like, your videos are your art, and I'm not invalidating anyone's art or anyone's content, anything like that. Let me put it in this way. I'm a writer, right? I'm a writer, right? If you're new here, which you're probably not if you're this far into the series, but in case you are, I am Chey. I love to write. Writing has probably been my #1 hobby that I actually do, because I don't really play music, since I could do just about anything. I have been writing my entire life. Writing is the #1 thing that I love to extracurricular hobby creatively do, because like I said, I don't really play music. Writing is my #1 creative outlet. Chey, can you say it any more complicatedly? Alright, that being said, I am guilty of, when I was younger, writing a few fan fictions.
None of them are online, so don't even think about looking for them.
But I did, when I was younger, I did dabble in some fan fictions. But I also wrote my own OCs, my own creative works, my own creative stories. Where this analogy comes in, a lot of the videos that I have planned are sort of the fanfic variety. As in, they will be uniquely my creations, but a lot of them are somewhat based on concepts that are already out there. Like, for instance, I want to do a dark academia kind of themed vlog. That's been done before, but obviously my take on it would be unique. My own experiences, my video would be unique. So, like a fanfiction, you're just not embellishing, but adding your own spin and your own take on with creative source material that's already been made. Probably adding in a lot of your own, because let's face it, a lot of fanfic universes are a lot more fleshed out than the original source material. Not naming any names, but so you get the point. So in that way, I'm referring to those kind of videos as like fanfic, which again is not to knock them. It's just for the sake of the analogy. AO3 writers, put your pitchforks down. I promise I come in peace. I love y'all. So we have those kind of videos, which I would consider fanfic, and then the original creative work would be like videos that I want to make that are their own storyline. So I have a bunch of videos that could be in the works that I could get to work on that are like the fanfic in this analogy, which would be like reading vlogs, kind of some challenge videos, like no screen time for a week, stuff like that. But then there's other stuff that I want to work on, which I would put into the more original work category, because they would be original works. I have a lot of video concepts for just my original art, like storyline lore type stuff. I have a lot of video ideas that are really just their own concept, their own original story. And I want to do them. I want to make them. A lot of problem is money. But, you know, make do with what you can. Make what you can with what you have, with what you can, how you can. And I do. And I'm very proud of what I am able to make. But it's the fight between, like, how do I want to implement this original art of mine versus, I guess, the more accessible to do kind of work. Because not to knock the hard work that reading vloggers do, but to me, it would be a lot easier to film a reading vlog than it would be to sit down, plan, script, film, edit, act, etc., one of my original story videos. Let's just call them original videos. And normally that wouldn't be a problem. I just film what I want to film, edit when I, want to edit. I don't really have a strict schedule hi, welcome to chaos. But this month has really got me in a bind because it's like I really don't have that much amount of time. So do I film stuff that is more easily accessible to film, is pretty straightforward, like the vlogs, like the challenges? Or do I challenge and a little bit more creatively fulfill myself by actually going after and doing some of these original videos, these original concepts that I want to make? Because I want to do both, but time is a fickle pickle. Let me tell y'all what I got going on this month. Right now, it is March 5th, 2013. 2013? Someone take me away. Someone take me away. Take me back. Take me back. Take me back to that From Death to Destiny tour! Take me back! I want to go back. It was never a phase, Mom. I should have never left. Oh, I'm losing it. Oh, God. It is March 5th. I almost said 2023. It is March 5th, 2024. Do you know what's in a week from tomorrow? So 8 days? Do you know what's in 8 days? Beartooth. That's right. You thought I was gonna lose it. I'm not. I'm classy. It's Beartooth. I am seeing BOOYAH! Return or be decimated. So I am seeing my muff boys in a week. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be so much fun. I have a lot of friends going to that tour. And also, now that the Discord's a thing, a bunch of the Discord people are gonna be there, and we're gonna get to meet up and say hi, and I'm gonna be like, hi, I'm your mod fam. And of course, just get to see the dudes, lovely Beartooth dudes, lovely Tooth dudes, and have a killer time, dude. Just gonna have a killer time, bro. Also get to see Jar, because Jar's on tour with him. Did I put my friend's photography stuff in the description of that last Dopamine Diary? Nick, I'm sorry. I'll go do it right after I finish filming this update. God, this is a long update. Oh, my back! Someone needs to come crack it. Not like that. I can't help but putting this hood up. This hoodie is so comfortable. It's brand new, that's why. Hasn't had that lived-in feeling yet. Still fluffy. I am on one. Who is gonna love me? I'm kind of leaning towards taking this time to get my backlog of videos done, the ones that have been needing to be finished, and then using that time that I'm not doing that, instead of filming preemptively, actually sitting down and using that time to plan some original stuff to film when I can. So using this time for catching up, and then pre-planning for the future. And yeah, I'll lose a little bit of time in between, but I think it'll help prepare me for the near future when I want to film that stuff and I have the time. And that way I can't tell myself or like get to feeling stuff like, no, I don't have this prepared, or I don't know what I want to do first, and all this stuff. I'll be like, no, Chey, we did this before. We planned this, we prepared for this. Here's what you do, because I'm gonna need that structure, and I know me. So the more I talk about this, the more it sounds like that is what I need to do. Because it's giving me dopamine right now. Look how much energy I have again now that I'm actually planning this and getting my life figured out. Wow, amazing the way things work. So yeah, But also I'll probably work on some just like one-off kind of stuff. I have a bunch of, maybe I'll work on some, they're not fanfic videos, but maybe I'll work on some more one-off videos, scripted videos that I've been planning on doing. I don't know. There's so much, so much potential. That series is dead. No, it's not. Just for now. So, as for the dopamine for tonight, I think I'm just gonna go chill in my bedroom. I'm gonna go clean up my room. The living room is a lost cause right now. I'll worry about it in the morning. It's not that messy. I just have some books I need to put up, but I want to take pictures of them for my Bookstagram first. So I'll worry about that tomorrow, but I think I'm just gonna go chill in my room and work on my bullet journal, update my bullet journal, update some more of my journaling stuff. Just try and get my life a little bit together and organized for tomorrow. Because now that I have this current video done, the one that just went up today, I'm like, okay, well, what do I do next? Because usually I have a backlog of like 2 to 3 videos that I'm either currently filming or editing, but because this month is going to be so busy, and I just realized I just didn't tell you what the rest of this month is. So I'm seeing Beartooth on the 13th, and also having a friend that's in town, so we're going to be hanging out for a few days. And then, literally, like, not even a week after that, I'm headed to California, because one of my college friends is getting married, so I'll be out in California for a week, either traveling or being in California, traveling back and forth for a week. So that takes up the latter half of March, and then I have some more stuff. I hope California's gonna be fun. I have good feelings about California. California's gonna be a good time, Chey. Maybe I'll vlog some while I'm out there for some dopamine stuff, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I'm just gonna worry about having a good time, you know? Maybe I'll make a road trip edition of the Dopamine Diary. That'd be kind of sick. Provided I'm caught up with this by that time. For right now, though, going to my room, just gonna have a chill night, cleaning up, getting some stuff organized, and then just gonna pass out, if I'm being honest. I think I will check in the morning because this kind of went off the rails. What else is new? What else is new? Nothing. Nothing's new here.
Never mind, got one.
No!
Was that a good bit? It felt like a good bit. Please give me something that makes Wade sad. Mark, help me.
No, why? That doesn't help me.
Boy, you are muddy than a hog's mouth. What's up with you? You're due for a good bath. You big hoghead. Target acquired. I've already dug it up. I just need to bring it out of the ditch. Okay, this is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be funky fresh. Gotta step down here. It's more important to not bust my face instead of showing you the actual depth. Anyway, I'm not showing myself because I'm gonna have a moment of honesty with y'all. I don't feel comfortable with the state that my legs are in regards to shaving, so... But is that the focus of this vlog? Is that the focus of this moment? No, there's a freaking TV in my ditch. A flat screen, okay? Whoa. Jesus came back to approve of that message. We're gonna focus on the fact that there's a flat screen and it stands just in my ditch that I dug up. That's what we're gonna focus on. Getting it out of here is gonna be the fun part. So because of that prior statement, I'm not gonna show you me hauling it out of here. You're just gonna see the aftermath. But I definitely wanted to show you where it is for reference. Because, my goodness, this is gonna be fun. Oh my god. Oh my god. Do not ask me how I got this all the way up here. Don't ask. Do not ask me. Ever. That may be the hardest thing I've ever had to do. One of the hardest things. It's okay that I skipped my workout today. That was a workout. I need water.
Almost 200 times, and I have had 11 surgeries. But I didn't let that stop me. I love to bike ride, climb.
Seems like bugs.
The legs of Anubis. The secret compartment should be hidden somewhere inside here.
あんた、私のこと嫌いなんでしょ？
すんげえムカつく。
あのね、あんたが嫌いなのは私じゃなくて、桔梗って人でしょ？あー、ごめんごめん、今のなし。
I say it with authority that I'll never own a boat, but I might.
Yeah, I see you owning a boat.
Yeah.
I see you.
Dopamine Diaries, we have certainly had much more flattering angles, but I'm using that as my motivation to make this update a very quick one. I just made a bunch of content in a very short amount of time. Stuff that is kind of a promo for something else I'm planning on doing that I haven't even really started, but I've kind of started, so a lot of dopamine from that and there's a giant wasp flying in my door. That's what that noise was. I'll get you in a second. Anyway, this is more important. Until he disappears, and then it becomes a problem. So, I finished a bunch of content in a very short amount of time, very quickly, stuff that I'm very excited about, so it's kind of got my endorphins, my dopamine flowing, and it's kind of a gloomy / sunny day because tomorrow's going to be a big rainstorm, so it's like in between gloomy and sunny outside right now. And since I feel very accomplished about stuff that I have done today, it's April Fool's Day, by the way, April 1st. So I got a short filmed, and then I put it on TikTok, and then I hate re-uploading TikToks onto YouTube Shorts, even though, like, it does automatic captions on TikTok, because YouTube doesn't have an automatic caption system like TikTok does for some reason. And also, the add text feature on YouTube's app to try and add text to your shorts is absolutely god-awful. It's one of the worst interfaces I've ever seen in my life. I'm sorry, YouTube, but it's true. It's awful. I can't stand it. Anyway, so I imported the whole thing in a Final Cut Pro, and I added the text and everything there, and then I uploaded it. Really happy with it. I also pulled off my April Fool's joke on my Beartooth lore account, so feel good about that. I just feel good about a lot of things. So I'm going to take a short break and have lunch. I'm going to go outside to follow my dopamine, just get some fresh air, do some reading, eat my lunch, and then I'll come back in and see where it's leading me, and we'll talk a little bit more, but that's the update for now. I have to go murder a wasp. I'm not ashamed. You see how big this little secret is?